Multiple people are dead after a shooting at a mall in Indiana. The incident happened Sunday just outside of Indianapolis. Police say a 20-year-old man opened fire in the mall's food court. 3 people were killed, 2 were injured. The suspected gunman also died. A Good Samaritan is credited with taking down the suspect. He's accused of carrying 2 rifles, a pistol, and more than 100 rounds of ammunition. The recent shooting is sparking a nationwide conversation on gun laws. News 8's Nina Burns joins us live in studio to tell us the laws right here in the Quad Cities. Hey, Nina.
Thanks, John. Gun laws vary from state to state, and right here in the Quad Cities, those laws change drastically depending on what side of the river you're on. I spoke to gun shops in both Illinois and Iowa who tell us what could happen if a situation like the Indiana mall shooting happened in their states. Owner of Davenport Guns, Janelle Westrom, says gun laws in Iowa have drastically changed since 2017.
Previous to 17, your duty was to retreat unless you were defending somebody else. If you were protecting a spouse, a child, a coworker, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever.
But all that changed when the state implemented their Stand Your Ground law.
They changed it to Stand Your Ground. Stand Your Ground means you can now stand and protect yourself.
Meaning a person who uses reasonable force cannot be sued or face prosecution for their actions. As for Illinois,
right now there's no castle doctrine for Illinois.
Hilton gun shop salesman Sam Perez says there is no law in place like Iowa's Stand Your Ground law.
Nothing really that you can have a law that says you can defend yourself. So it kind of comes down to the courts and kind of comes down to the judge that you have because these things do happen in Illinois.
But even with the law, different businesses in Iowa have different rules when it comes to carrying a firearm on the premise.
If you have a sticker on the front of the business that says no guns, it's a misdemeanor if you have the weapon.
The same applying in Illinois.
Even if you have your CCL license, which is your carry conceal license, you cannot enter any building that has that sticker on every door or every entrance to it.
So when it comes to a situation like the Greenwood Park Mall shooting,
called him a Good Samaritan in the news, so I would just go ahead and assume that he'll be fine. But if compared to Illinois, it can be left up to the courts and he could be prosecuted for manslaughter if he killed him.
And in Iowa,
private citizens are not supposed to have a firearm in the mall. But it's a misdemeanor, so if you're willing to get that little misdemeanor for protecting yourself or being able to protect your family, it's your call.
In 2021, Iowa stopped requiring a permit in order to purchase a firearm, but they still do require a background check, while Illinois requires a FOID card, or a firearm owner's identification, in order to purchase a firearm. And to carry that firearm, Illinois residents will also need a concealed carry license. Back to you, John.
Alrighty, thanks, Nina. As for the Indiana mall shooting, police do not know a motive for the attack, but the gunman's relatives told investigators he recently received notice he was being evicted from his apartment and resigned from a warehouse job in May.